this time in the garden to cook some fish right here on this beautiful river. I don't know how you feel about fish. I'm like Jeffro, really. It's cat's food, isn't it? But we'll have a little go, see how it goes. What I bought, I went down the funny thing today and bought a couple of bits of sea bass, and I've put them in this thing. Look, got this? So I've put them in here. Now, last time I tried this, it all stuck, so it wouldn't surprise me if it stuck again. What we've got here is a Conroe grill. You've seen, what's his name, that geezer again? James Martin. What's his name? James Martin uses one on the telly. Don't use it at home, for God's sake, because it's got coals in there. This has got big green egg coals in it. If I'm doing a steak, I use the Chinesey ones, which cost £1 million. So let's pop that on there. Watch this, it's really exciting. Okay, so skin side down. What also we're going to do is some Jersey Royals. You should bow to these because they're great. So we can do them now, basically. So this is potato salad, the way I do them. So these are still quite warm. Oh, knob out. Right, so bung these in here. I won't bother doing a close-up because I have to shift the bloody camera. Right, in there. Now, early on, right, you saw me grilling some bacon. It's all nice and crunchy. And there it is. And I defy you not to nick a bit. Oh, okay, now. The glorious pig. Then I'm going to put some chopped up spring onions. Okay. And then we're going to add some mayonnaise. Now, I normally like making mayonnaise myself. You get one of those funny things that your mum used to have, a Kenwood. Shut up, fucking bikers. Supposed to be in lockdown. Oh, he's turned around and had a look. It's a couple of raw funny yolk things in the dollop it. Bit of funny follop, Dijon mustard, white wine vinegar, give it a whisk, and add the olive oil. Keep adding the olive oil very slowly, drip at a time. Get 2 drips and they can add the olive oil and keep it going, and it eventually thickens up till you get this chip. Okay? So I'm going to put that in there, a couple of tablespoons at first, and then I'm going to add some extra virgin olive oil. Fine. And then, whilst burning my hand on the fish and the light changes, give it a good mix. There you go, look. And that's basically it. You can have it as runny as you want. I like to put a little bit of freshly chopped parsley, FLP, in there. That curly parsley, do you ever have that? English curly, what's this stuff called? Parsley, English fluffy stuff. Yeah, exactly. Honeymoon night, all over again. I'm going to put a little bit more EV in that. And a dash of salt. Sea salt, not to council house, proper salt. Spend your money on good stuff. Marvellous. There you go, viewers. No time for close-ups, we've got to eat. The sauce we're going to have with this is a cracker. It's called Beurre Blanc, which means you go out to Canada, you catch a bear and you blonk it on the head. No, what it is basically melted butter. This is another one from, what's his name again? That James bloke? James Martin. He loves his butter. Look, I was skinny. So put that on there. What we need to do to this, get that hot, then we'll add some shallots. Aye, aye. That shallot, add them. Then we'll add some wine. Wait, you want to be in this? Come to rehearsals. Want to say hello? Come here. Come on. I can't, I'll be handling food, I can't handle dog. Let's have a look at this. See, that's cooking and blacking up nicely, isn't it? Right? So, Beurre Blanc. 2 tablespoons of wine, 1 tablespoon of white wine vinegar. Let it heat until it's gone down basically to nothing, and then add tons of butter and whisk that in until it's a nice thick, till it's thick, and then you're ready. I get dead worried about fish. I did one the other day, turbot. Turbot was quite nice, but as soon as I start filming anything, it goes frigging wrong. tasting this wine. I'm waiting for the fish. You can't change the laws of physics, Captain. Oh, that is nice. This is Pinot Grigio. It's the new Blue Nun, isn't it? Mm. Okay, now, what we're going to start to do on the site is, we're not going to advertise, don't worry about that, but all the people that supply this good kit, like for instance, you might be interested in where you can get one of these. So I'm going to write to these funny people in Japan, and I'm going to say, and see what they say. Okay, let's give this a little turn over, shall we? I don't want this to burn, so I'm going to shut them down a bit. Oof. Oh, oh, look, look, look. Oh, it's a bit scary. That's not quite done, that side, so I need to heat that up a little bit. Might give them a bit of a scary, innit? Should we do the old beurre blanc while that's cooking? Why not, indeed? So, get the old fishing stove on. For you carp fishermen, it's been a tough old year, isn't it, really, this April, May? Getting ready for June the 16th, the traditional start of the fishing season. This lockdown is difficult. But I hope you're getting by with the help of this channel. As I say, this channel wasn't made for the lockdown. Lockdown wasn't even invented before we did this. I just wanted to show a load of old stuff. And I tell you what's really going well, those little bits of news that I do. You know, I sit down and talk to the camera and just rant and rave. Sea bass is the most beautiful of fish, isn't it? I never used to like fish that wasn't cod. Where I lived, I'll tell you exactly where I lived. I lived in Holborn Road, which was a Kibrook, really. Kibrook SE3, just across Shooters Hill from Charlton. I used to walk from Kibrook down to Charlton to go to school at St Austin's. And we had a fish and chip shop up the road. Bloody marvellous. Rock and chips. The jury's still out what rock is. I think it's dogfish, probably. And cod. Cod was a bit expensive, but rock and chips was good. Nice batter, good chips. I used to hate it when they say we're waiting for chips, because you know they'd be so fucking hot you couldn't eat them. So that was it. But wet fish, which this stuff was called, nah, it weren't for me at all. Didn't like that. Jeffro's right, it's catchfish. But let's have a look. Oh, it's coming on. It's coming on, it's coming on. I might open that up a bit. The more air that goes through your barbecue, the better. So, back to what I was going to say. So we're going to ask all the manufacturers to sign up to this. And I'll put little links on the bottom. There'll be like a little button thing. So if you want to know where you get a Conroe grill, click on that. If you want to know other bits and pieces, click on that as well. And if you want to know that your wife's gone in, she's looking out the window, look. Right, come on you. We'll have a slight pause. Oh, hang on. That on? Ah, yeah. Let's get that bit of beurre blanc in there. So, bit of this. A bit of that. And we'll reduce that right down now to nothing, and then we're going to add this butter, which is, I thought I'd try this out. Danish Huren. Ien Huren. Fit nor Leah. Kristen squeeze nor buben. Yeah. Good. Hello, Ma. Good. So we'll bung that in. Let's have a look how this is getting on. Seems to be hotter that side than it does in the middle. Might have to do a bit of a jiggery pokery. The thing is not to be impatient. Come on, fucking fish, for Christ's sake! Right, that's reducing nicely. We can edit this. Robert puts that clock on, doesn't he? In the meantime, we could just have a little taste of one of these. What do you think? So there's all that shrapnel there, and the idea is get a bit of spud. That was really good. Okay, that's reducing. Throw these in. That's your shallots. Aye. That's your lot. Wait till that's almost gone. Michelle, do you want to get some couple of plates? We can serve this up. Can you get a couple of plates and things to eat it with? You can just get one big plate if you want, and I'll put it all on that. One of them fishy plate thing. A bit more on this side. Yeah, it needs to be. You see, you've got to work out what's the hot part of your barbecue. Sort of a big log there that's getting on me tits. He ain't doing much. So the bigger one needs a little bit more. Just move it over. Simple. If you look at Marco PIER White, everything's simple. That's almost gone. In fact, it is fucking gone. Add some butter. Might help if I get a spoon to do that. One that I've not been sticking in my mouth. There we go, some knobs. You're right, dear.
Yes, dear. What are you doing?
What?
Careful, that's going to fall off there.
What's going to fall off?
The saucepan.
Oh.
Put it this.
Michelle doubles as health and safety as well here with these things.
Someone has to.
Someone has to, of course. Can you get me a spatula? Used to be 3 of them. They had a song called In the Sound of Silence. They did a copy. They were Irish boys, the Bachelors. What were their songs, the Bachelors? I know they did The Sound of Silence, and no one heard it. This is not thick. I think this is trick butter. Yeah, let's take that off the heat. I'm gonna add this butter. That's better. Cooking a bit better now, look. Now this one's got to be done. I suppose the thing is, with barbecues, because I'm a bit of a virgin, being a towny boy, is to get the hot bits over the food. Not rocket surgery, is it? Oh, bollocks. Don't you hate that when you drop your spoon in it? Ah! I think it's probably best not to use spreadable butter because that's a bit thin, all that. A little bit of that in there. A little bit of that in there. Right, so let's shut him up. Open that up there. Get the funny spatula and try with all your might to get that fish laid out properly, including them little burnt bits. And then it's quite good this because it leaves the skin, and I hate the skin. Right, so come on, get up. There, so what do you reckon? Score draw? I think it's worth throwing that away and getting a decent one.
Proper fish one.
Yeah. Okay, I'm just going to put some beurre blanc on this. Go and put that somewhere. Thank you. Hot. Okay. A little bit of parsley. And there you have